So I was going to ask, because it's coming up, wow, less than a month out of, are you political at all? You don't have to answer this stuff.
You know, yes and no, you know what I mean? I'm not political where I like to tell people what to think and what they should do. I have my own views on things, but I don't necessarily like to stand up on a pedestal and fight for everybody's rights, and you know, and I'm just not that guy. Anybody who thinks that Obama was going to come and fix that mess in like 3 or 4 years is nuts. I mean, that by itself, you got to give him a little bit more time. I think he's doing an all right job. I ain't got no beef with Obama. I mean, but I'll tell you this much: he is a politician like everybody else, and he's a damn good one, because he can really make you like him. You know?
Well, that's what politics is, getting what you want.
But to bullshit people and make them to like you, and he is king at it. He might be a little better than Clinton, actually.
Yeah, well, there was all this duality between the conventions, and you're like, wow, this is a mindset. And
the Democrat convention felt like people were partying and amped, and the Republican felt like kind of stiff. And you can really tell the difference between Democrats and Republicans just off how they party. I can understand the people that are like patriots and have all that, you know, flag waving. I'm Armenian, so I have pride in being Armenian. I have people in my family who've died for that cause. They've had people in their families and their generation past that have died in military and wars and for their flag, so they have a pride for it, and I can understand that pride. So I don't really diss those people. Plus, I love NASCAR, so I can't really completely like diss those people. They're kind of my peeps.
That's a pride. I would not expect you to like NASCAR.
Yeah, but you know, on the other side, you know, if there is a disease that can be cured by stem cell research, or if, you know, I don't believe that a rape victim should have the baby, you know, like there's always two sides of an argument. You can't really hate people for thinking what they think. It's just it's what they're raised with, and
the ideology can get in the way of what really needs to get done sometimes. And I think that's the wall we keep running into.
I'll be honest with you, politically I have no issue with people, but my beef sometimes is with religion at the end of the day, and that offends people, I guess, more than telling people what to do. But I just think, you know, a lot of politicians use religion, and they get their troops riled up with religion. And it's not just here with, you know, Christianity. It's those dudes like Bin Laden. These dudes are all politicians themselves, man. Yeah. You know, and so they use the simple-minded.
Well, they take young people who don't have world experience,
poor,
right?
And they promise them things, and that's how they rile up their troops,
right,
using religion, you know. And we don't see that as the same as our politicians, but they play the same games with their people over there as the politicians play with the people over here to get them riled up to go to war, to the, you know, and you're fighting for freedom,
right?
You
or
know?
Religious freedom, or somebody's oppressing me and I gotta,
yeah, you know. So, you know, I just think it's, religion is something. It could be a beautiful thing for the individual, but when it becomes organized, that's when religion starts taking a kind of ugly turn to me.
It becomes a power trip.
Yeah.